Hi everybody, I'm Latanya Rudd-Gant, and I want to record this video, and it's actually way overdue. However, I just kind of thought that today would be a good time to do it, and it's unfortunate, but I've had some recent really bad experiences with attorneys, and because of that, I was thinking about how you have like elderly people and you have people just in the community that may have experiences with lawyers. And because, anytime that, you're filing any kind of lawsuit or complaint, against anybody, it's already exhausting and it's tiresome. And, it's hard to deal with that, especially if it's, involving like a car accident where there are injuries or, so you have to deal with going to the doctor's appointments. You got to deal with the therapy. You have to deal with the mental anguish, the day-to-day, just trying to get motivated enough to even get out of bed. So I've had some experiences, but, I've always been taught that it's important to always document. And if you have like a family member and they're dealing with a lawyer and something's going on and, it just seems like they're delaying and there are just no good outcomes, you need to make sure that you document for them or teach them or encourage them to take notes of everything, because, just because I've had some really bad experiences, I thank God that I have kept lots of documentation. So I said all that to say this. So I had a case, and it actually started over 20 years ago. And I was involved in an incident where my superior officer or supervisor assaulted me. And anyways, it's been tough trying to just go on about your normal life as if nothing, you can't act like it didn't happen, but you can try to still, from day to day, put it behind you as much as you can. But, when you're a person and you've been wronged and you've been wronged, and in your heart, it's like every part of you will tell you this is not right and it has to be fixed. So for years, I just want to tell you, I want to start by saying this, for years with this particular case, it was a federal civil rights lawsuit, okay? And during the lawsuit, my attorneys, they were really good at working with me, I thought, but I don't know if it happens to every lawyer, but I think at some point, lawyers, began to treat us as if we're just a number or just a game in a courtroom. They're just, trying to win, like a game of checkers we're people. And we're the ones that's injured. And it's hard to have to try and fight for what you know is right, okay? And then deal with your own personal injuries as well. So it's been a long time, but guess what? I have not given up, and I'm not going to give up, and I will see justice in it. So I want to give all glory and credit to God, because during that time when these horrific incidents happened to me, mentally so, y'all, let me tell you, it has taken God to keep me. I mean, we're talking about my whole life and career. Everything, that I had worked for so hard. And, this was like my dream. And to have these incidents to occur, and it seems like there was no justice because it wasn't, okay? You just can't give up. Don't ever give up. But, back to what I was about to say. I give God all the glory and all the credit, because one thing that in my heart that I know it was him leading me to do is to request a copy of my entire case. Thank you, Lord. Okay? When I did that, I didn't really know at the time, that I was going to need it. And it has taken me, 19 years to open those boxes up, because it's like 9 big copy paper boxes. And I have an extra copy in a place that nobody knows about, because that's what you have to do. When you're living in Memphis, Tennessee, you better do everything that you know to do for future reasons. Okay? Let me just say that. And so, anyways, I just want to go back to what I was saying. So because within this last year, I just felt the strength to be able to revisit that case again. And because I was revisiting the case, I ran across a lot of very, very important information, okay? And I don't understand how any human being can wrong somebody for all these years, and they knew what they were doing, and then be at peace in their heart, or to be able to sleep at night, or to even walk, or to live in fear that what if that incident or those incidents had happened to you or your loved one, your wife or your mom or your sisters. It's like lawyers get to this place where they don't really care, and they can be ruthless when it comes to money and greed, but guess what? They just ran across the right one, because I'm not afraid. And it has taken me 19 years, y'all, to look back into those cases, into those boxes, and to revisit that, just because of the mental distress. It's like, when you look at this, you're revisiting that whole scene all over again. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read most of, I think I disconnected. I'm going to read most of the case. But I want to first start off with this. I was looking up not long ago, what is professional misconduct? It wasn't a really good definition, but it'll work, okay? It says the expression professional misconduct in the simple sense means improper conduct. In the law profession, misconduct means an act done willfully with a wrong intention by the people engaged in the profession. It means any activity or behavior of an advocate in violation of professional ethics for his selfish ends. Okay? So, these are some of the common problems. Okay? I had to look this up. Lack of communication. Okay? Because you're going to find out sometimes during your case or your complaint, the lawyers are not going to want to talk to you. They're not going to, although they're working for you and they're going to get paid, they're going to start like not wanting to tell you certain things about your case, okay? Or if you ask certain questions, because it's your case and you want to know as best as they can give you, how can you benefit? How can you be compensated for the injuries? That's what the law states. That's our right, okay? So here's some of the common problems. Lack of communication, dishonesty. That's a big one, okay? Inaccurate billing or inadequate legal work, okay? So it goes on in that definition to kind of break down each one, all right? So listen. So what really kind of sent me on this direction was because of the recent car accident that I was involved in. And when I saw how when it comes to you having a lawyer, honey, everything changes when it comes to money. I'm telling you. And they can be really, really devious and mean and selfish and all of that because I've experienced it, okay? So anyways, don't let them discourage you. You keep asking questions. And if they don't want to answer your questions, that's a